Completed but cancelled before its planned release in 1995, we're finally getting the official debut of Star Fox 2 22 years later on the 2017 SNES Classic. For Bottle of Fuchsia here in the Outerhaven, I'm Aaron, and with me is John. Hey, John.
What year is it, Aaron?
It's 2017. Did I not say it's 2017?
Maybe.
Doesn't it look like 2017? Look at these graphics.
Sure. I played Super Hot. This is kind of like Super Hot graphics.
Kind of. Yeah, so they made this game, and then from what I read, they determined that the Super FX2 chip that would have been necessary to put in the cartridges just would have driven the price of the game up too high. And also they had the N64 coming out, and they were making Star Fox 64 and that. So they're like, let's not put this game out.
Let's not compete with ourselves.
Right. So up until now, all we've seen of Star Fox 2 has been unfinished prototype ROMs that were on the internet, and some of the ideas in this game made it into Star Fox Command on the DS in 2006.
Mm-hmm.
But this is, I believe, the first time we actually get to see the actual completed Star Fox 2 the way it was meant to be on the Super Nintendo. And yeah, lots of stuff happened here. You get to actually pick characters this time between 6 characters. They all have, I guess, different
R-Wings?
Slightly different R-Wings and different E-Charge and speed ratings.
Okay.
And if you notice there, you picked a pilot and a wingman. You can actually switch between them out here on the map screen.
Oh, okay.
So that's kind of an interesting thing. I think the major advantage to that is if one's low on shields, you can switch to the other guy. Because otherwise the only way you recharge your shields is either power-ups in a mission, or you have to come all the way back to your carrier back here at the planet to recharge shields.
So what's going on this overworld? We're being attacked and trying to protect the planet to stop the damage?
That is correct. So what happened at the beginning, ANDROSS deployed a bunch of forces into the Lilat system here. We've got 2 battle carriers, 2 of the planets have bases on them. The bases will fire missiles that head towards the planet. The carriers will launch starfighter squadrons that head towards the planet. Anything that gets past us does damage to the planet. Obviously, we don't want that.
So you're just taking out some missiles here to
Yes.
stop them from hitting the planet?
Right, so I went straight for these missiles first, and I can only fly so high, so I can't get up to where those missiles are right now. But they're coming back down. There we go.
So this is first person. Can you not change the view out of this in this specific mode?
Not in this mode. So when you do the missions in space, so the starfighters and the missiles, it's in first person mode. When you actually go into the bases and the battle carriers, that's in third person mode.
Was the original Star Fox that way? Did it force you into first person at all?
I don't believe so. I don't think it had a first person mode. You could change views, but I thought it only zoomed the camera a little in or out behind the R-Wing. But there we go. I've taken the missiles out. It counts your clear time. Like, it counts the entire amount of time you've taken to do stuff. And while you're in those missions, things out here on the map screen keep moving. So you might be in a mission trying to take out fighters or missiles, and something else might hit the planet while you're in there.
That's pretty advanced concepts for the SNES.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
Game's pretty ambitious. I'm pretty impressed with it. You can see we're going after a member of Star Wolf here, by the way. We've got Pigma has challenged us. And we're in an asteroid field, so those giant asteroids that keep popping up, you actually have to steer away from them. You will hit them.
That seems nearly impossible.
It's interesting, and you can also, of course, you double tap one of the shoulder buttons to roll, and that's how you reflect the enemy shots, so you don't actually take damage from that, which I tried to do there. Oh, and I hit that asteroid.
Just like real airplanes.
Right, that's how it works.
Right.
But yeah, the game's got some pretty advanced concepts in it. I like that it wasn't a rehash entirely of Star Fox 1, which I felt Star Fox 64 kind of was a bit of a rehash. It had more advanced graphics, and the missions were a little more complex, but it was essentially the same thing. You traveled through the system based on your performance and missions. You picked one of the planets to go to next, and you just went straight to the end.
Yep.
And this gives you a little more to think about and a little more to do. And I'm not doing well here against Pigma, but I'll get him eventually.
So your shield is in the bottom right there, so you're over half dead.
Yes.
Okay. Well, he's over half dead too, so you're about even.
Right.
I'm just gonna lose Fox on mission 1. Peppy's gonna save the...
Oh. And I
Save the
failed to
world.
reflect there. Peppy's the real hero. We all knew that.
Right.
There we go. I got him.
Unbelievable.
He must be getting old. Yeah, and I'm in good shape.
So your clear time was 6, and that adds 14
To the overall, like,
the
total.
overall.
Yeah. And you can see those starfighters are closer to the planet now. Over there.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm gonna try to... I'll probably head back there. Interestingly enough, once I start moving, like, everything moves. You have to plot intercept courses, and you can't just go to where something is. You have to go to where it's heading if you want to intercept it.
So it won't just auto-follow. It will go right to where you selected that
Right.
target. Okay. So you have to adjust on the fly.
Yeah. These are relatively easy, and these starfighters go down in a couple of hits. There we go. And I got 1 shield left. Look at that.
So now would be like an ideal time to switch. And
Well-
what did you say? How does Shield come back? Is it possible for Foxes to come back?
It is. If I go to the mothership there, they will recharge. So I'm going to do that now.
Okay.
And there we go. So I'm good. Also, from your mothership, you can warp to any planet that doesn't have a base on it. So that's another incentive to take the bases out on the planets. That'll help you just warp around the map.
So you have a little turret thing there that's helping you?
Yeah, there's a little defense platform, and it's not terribly effective. It only hits things that get really close to it from what I've seen.
I was going to say, that seemed to be the first time it actually helped you.
Yeah. If it's too far away, the defense platform's like, oh, well, I guess that's going to hit the planet. All right, so now we're going to do a base mission, and we go right into walker mode.
Oh my, okay.
Exactly how you pictured these things would become walkers, right?
Yep. The legs are a little bit more frantic than I expected, but okay.
Yep. I think, so, I don't think the walker made it into other games except for Star Fox Zero that came out, like, what, a couple years ago on the Wii U? I don't think the walker mode was in Star Fox Command, if I remember correctly. So this is like, this would have been the first time this actually happened in the series.
So, while I really appreciate what this game was going for and the idea of Star Fox, I don't know that it aged particularly well. But I will also say this was on the Super Nintendo, so
Yeah, for the time, 1995, for the time, I mean, I think, like the PlayStation 1 had just come out, so for the time, it,
literally count all of the polygons that they're using.
yes. Also, the frame rate takes some big hits in certain situations. We'll see that come up.
Yeah, I had seen some reports. There are certain spots where it's like 3 frames a second.
It gets pretty
bad.
rough. Yeah. But you can see in these walker modes, you're basically trying to find these switches to step on, because if you're a walker, why wouldn't you be looking for things to step on?
Thank goodness the giant robots were carrying the giant switch to step on to open the door.
That seems like a security issue, you know? Somebody did not plan that out.
Is that like
very
a giant pineapple?
Kinda, yeah. It's got a big glowy weak spot, so I'm gonna
like-
hit that.
It's like those big flying Zelda monsters. That,
Oh, the P-hats, yeah.
yeah. It's like a vectory version of that.
Yeah. That was a special weapon, obviously.
It's funny that they snuck those in, but none of the characters are voiced.
Oh, you can see right there, planetary missile hit the planet while I was in this mission. And what you can actually do is you can pause now, and you could drop out of the mission if you want to go help the planet. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to finish this since I'm at the core.
Yeah, in the top left there, it said the planet was still at like 16%, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Alright.
they're fine.
Yep, now I got the core here. I guess I'm gonna fly out that closed door. We'll just assume I made it out.
It's okay. They put the switch on the outside of the door so your plane could just, or your R-Wing could just touch the switch to open the door.
Right.
They were planning for your inevitable.
Oh, Andross has noticed.
Andross will remember that.
It will remember that. He's gonna send out this thing, which he calls a hunter.
Oh, okay.
I think it's
that
called
like
a Mirage Dragon.
Another thing that's going to appear on the... Oh, yep. So it just appeared right there.
Yep, there it is.
So is that going to come after you or go after the planet?
I think it comes after me, but I'm gonna go out and take it head on. But first I hit those starfighters. So there was a squadron right there, so we'll take them out real quick.
I feel like if this game were made today, you would, like, those would have combined into one obnoxious encounter because you accidentally, like, ran into both of them.
Right. Oh. Oh, speaking of combined encounters.
Oh.
In the middle of this, Leon from Star Wolf, yeah.
So they can kind of combine?
Well, I don't think he had anything to do with the hunter. I think he just showed up in the middle of this.
Okay. I wasn't sure if he was on the map too, and maybe we just missed him in that pile of things.
I don't think Star Wolf shows up on the map. I think they just kind of...
Oh, they just appear.
They appear in the, I think the starfighter missions.
Okay.
Right. So we're doing this again. I'm going to see if I can do better at rolling and reflecting. Try using some bombs. There we go.
Oh, wow. Yeah, he went down way faster.
Yeah.
You're killing all his wingmen.
Yeah. I didn't get the hunter. Okay, yeah, that wasn't part of that. So it's still here. Go after it.
Okay.
Alright, it shoots this giant beam. Like all Star Fox enemies, it has a giant glowing weak spot.
It's killing you with frames.
Yes. It shoots these fireballs, which you can actually destroy. And it's almost dead.
Wow. Yeah. Good run.
Yeah, this is a little rough on the frame rate. There we go.
You're just ripping through it.
Yeah. It is on normal. I think the other difficulties are probably a lot more difficult.
Planet cannon.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. The carriers have a planet cannon. I'm just gonna go try to take them out.
A totally not Death Star laser.
Next there will be not Starkiller Base.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so with these carriers, when you start out, you're a little ways away from the carrier and you have to kind of lay on the boost and try to catch up to it. And there will be some obstacles between you. This time it's fighters. I have to fight through them and try to make it to the carrier. Alright, so I'm close enough now.
Wow, so you make like a trench run on it?
Kind of, except you, like the other base mission, you can just switch right into walker mode, which I will do here in a minute when I need to. Not much happening here up front.
Yeah, the base is not very active. Those legs are ridiculous.
It is kind of goofy.
Why do they have a giant coin of your commander?
General Pepper tokens, you collect all of those and it unlocks something, I don't remember what. This corridor was very uneventful. Let's go into the next one. It's faster to fly than to run, which is kind of funny because they insist on you running through the rooms, but then to get to the next room, it takes forever unless you fly. Alright, so we take out the 2 nodes on this. And that's it.
I like the Zelda-like map in the top right-hand corner.
Yes.
It's very blocky. So do you have to destroy the other one now? Does it also have a planet-destroying cannon?
I assume so, and I'm not going to take any chances, so let's just get over there and take it out. And just checking out everything else that's going on here. Yeah, let's go for it. And see, I flew past it. You have to intercept courses.
It's what, yeah. Can't take your eyes off the screen.
Right. Now, this one's sort of a debris field, so there's these giant chunks of junk that fly at you that you have to dodge. I'm just going to lay on the boost and see if I can get through it real quick.
So they're about to go into hyperspace.
Oh, obviously, you can dump your garbage before you go into hyperspace. It's standard procedure.
I mean, it's protocol.
Yeah. Just looks like it's scrambling. It's like it just broke open on a run and it's heading for the end zone or something. I don't know.
It's like a crazy like chicken or rooster, or just like, I don't know, the legs are just so erratic. Like at what point were they like, no, it'll be a walker? And I'm sure way too late in the process they're like, well, what if it just had treads?
Well, Star Fox 64 had the tank, didn't it?
I think so.
Yeah, so I wonder if they implemented this in Star Fox 64 and went, okay, now that I can see it, it looks really silly, so let's just make it a tank.
It looks like a giant walking chicken.
Alright, 2 carriers down. And with the carriers gone, they won't launch any more starfighters.
Good show. So I like how you went alone. Peppy didn't follow you at all.
He's just hanging out in case I need him. He's there for moral support. Alright, so all that's left is that planetary base up there. I'm gonna go recharge my shields. Yeah, I've got half a bubble, so might as well. And you can see that planet's about to launch another missile.
Okay. So if the planets don't have anything listed on them, there's like nothing to do there anymore?
Right. That's right.
Okay, so you did a really efficient job at clearing this map.
Yeah. Well, I think this planet and the meteor asteroid field were the only ones that had bases. So I got that asteroid field first. This is a much crazier level.
An angry jester?
It's some sort of tower, I think, but the real stars here are these giant Easter Island heads that try to thwomp you.
What is happening?
Yeah, see, they fly around and they try to thwomp you.
They are giant heads.
Yeah.
So they're, yeah, okay.
Yep, stomp.
They've added thwomps to Star Fox.
This pad here does refill shields, so I'll come back to it.
Oh, that's kind of handy.
I thought at first that I had to get the head to land on it, but then I realized that all it did was recharge my shield and then it hit me and did damage, so it wasn't very clear.
So if you stood on it, could you just stand there forever until time ran out? And...
Possibly. Alright, so that's one. There are 2 switches in this one. It does at least aim up for you. Like, I don't have to move that reticle up to hit stuff that's in the air.
So, yeah, how does...
Oh, you can jump, too. Jump!
How does this feel on a control pad?
Oh, so I should mention...
Since we've evolved into sticks since the SNES.
I'm going to say it's not terrible, but I did grow up with these games, so it's probably not so bad for me. But the way this works... the D-pad is forward, back, and strafe, and to turn are the shoulder buttons. So that does take a little bit of coordination.
Okay.
This is
I can see it.
That's a laser thing I'm gonna fly over. I thought I was going to be able to run under it, but it didn't move. So we'll go here. This one's moving. Let's see if I can get past it. Ah. Yeah, too late. I've passed it.
Yep. There's no turning around.
And I'm still on fire.
Or is there turning around?
There is turning around. I could go back for it.
Yeah. It looks like an angry snowman tank. I imagine had I played... I never played the original Star Fox as a kid.
Oh, okay.
I guess I didn't realize that game was as big as it was as a kid until the 64 came out, and then there was another one, and that one was pretty fun. And then never went back to the original.
Right.
So I like to imagine that if I had played this as a kid, I would have come up with all sorts of ridiculous ideas as to what the enemies would have been.
You probably wouldn't have been far off either. They don't really explain it. So if you say that's an angry snowman tank, I'm on board with that.
Alright, perfect.
Alright, so now I've taken the base out. No more missiles will come from this, but there are some missiles already en route, so I gotta take those out. I'm gonna intercept. Go ahead of them. Intercept. There we go. And there's only 2.
And can you lose this, or it would just waste a whole lot of time, but you basically have like forever to try and catch these missiles?
I am not sure, to be honest, because I've never lost it, but I assume this is, in theory, still moving towards the planet, so if I took too long...
At some point, it would just impact or like pull you out of this.
I assume, yeah.
It was too efficient.
Normal mode.
Yeah.
Alright, so that's everything. Now that I've gotten everything, I can go after ANDROSS himself.
Press on.
Press on.
Only 16%? That's not bad.
Oh! I'm afraid I can't let you do that, Star Fox.
Was Star Wolf in the original game?
Oh, I don't remember. I guess I have it on the SNES Classic here. I should probably go back and play it. By the way, if I didn't mention, and if you haven't heard, you can't play Star Fox 2 on the SNES Classic right out of the box. You have to beat the first level in Star Fox 1 to unlock it.
It's some sort of mystery gift.
Right. That has Star Fox 2 just plastered across it.
Right.
I thought that was interesting, though. Actually, when I unlocked it, I went back out to the menu and it unlocked. I was like, oh, that's kind of cool, and now I wish there were other unlockable games on this system. I would totally be up for like playing things to unlock them, but that's the only one.
Yeah, I mean, I could see that being a hit or miss mechanic. Like,
yeah, I could see some people being annoyed by it.
With this, I understand it was probably just like a fun little thing to do since it's the first time it ever released, and it makes people at least play the first one before they dive right into the second one. You are talented.
Today he loses, tomorrow he'll crush me, although he just blew up. So, I don't know how he's going to do that, but that's okay.
It's Tomorrow Guy's problem.
Tomorrow.
Oh, you're just pathetic fools who win all the time.
Alright, we've warped directly to ANDROSS's base on the sun?
That seems like poor placement.
Well, this is the guy that has robots carrying the switches to the doors to his bases around the outside of the base, so yeah.
So upon seeing you tear through this, I fully understand how back at the E3s where this was demoed before it didn't come out, I guess it was just common that a lot of people stood there and played through the whole game.
Yeah, what's this back here? Oh, it's a flipping door. I don't need to mess with that. Yeah, but I mean, the first Star Fox game, and I feel like Star Fox 64 as well, you could get through those pretty quickly as well, and replaying and finding stuff, finding secrets, that was a big part of these games, so this is kind of the same way. I think getting your overall like score up and finding these General Pepper tokens and other things, that's stuff they want you to do, so you're supposed to come back and keep doing it.
Yeah, I mean, this was the era of buy one game and play it for a long time.
Right.
Or at least that was the goal.
I mean, it's not games as a service. They don't just keep giving you more
I don't think they had
content to
invented
buy.
that
No.
yet.
No, they hadn't.
Also, I'm not sure Nintendo has figured that out yet.
They're just
in
getting
2017,
DLC going,
right?
yeah.
They're just figuring out season passes are a thing that people actually will pay for, like, 10 years after they started doing that.
I also like that their DLC so far, like Mario Kart and Breath of the Wild, 2 packs, that's it. 2 DLC packs, that's all you get. That's all we'll make. 2 extra things. This guy is just disappearing and reappearing.
Like the wall monster?
There we go. Oh, and then open the wall.
He was the wall.
I like how I have this jump and I can't reach this thing. I don't have to fly up and get it.
Okay, I was gonna say. I assume you could just fly up, and you did. Okay.
It's just, the thing can jump, why can't I jump high enough to get that? Oh, the camera got oddly stuck this way, like my R-wing's too far to the left and won't recenter. It's happened sometimes, but go into walker mode and it resets and it seems fine.
You just had to strafe to the right a little bit.
Well, we got another token in here.
Oh, and some
Shield
shields.
pad. This is like a little, I guess, power-up room?
It's the get ready for the boss room.
I think so, yeah.
Oh god, it's gonna crush you on the ceiling.
No, plenty of clearance up there. Whoever designed this room in Andross's base made sure there was plenty of room for a walker-sized R-wing
Right.
on top of that platform.
They had R-wings in mind when designing this. Where did that guy come from?
Just popped out of the floor. This is my power-up room. Don't shoot at me in here. No, and he's gone.
Back into the floor, or did he?
It looked like back into the floor. I don't know where he... Okay, I hear him. Where is... Oh god, oh there he is.
So in your mind, how does this compare to the original Star Fox?
It's certainly more ambitious. I like the varied gameplay to it. It feels easier, and I'm not sure, like I said, normal difficulty, so I'm not sure if that's the case, or if just overall it is kind of easier. It seems a little shorter, but again, like I was saying, these games were sort of engineered for replayability, for coming back and finding stuff. I like it. It's fun. I'm enjoying playing it.
Do you think the original had more like hands-on walk you through levels, whereas this one, it felt like there were, what, maybe 3 planets that had like R-wing runs through them, and the rest were sort of just like run into a base or shoot the missile or shoot the other fighters. Was it just...
Nope.
Is that good? Just it has like more like mini experiences, I guess.
Yeah, like I said, I liked the variation, and I mean, we've talked about with Breath of the Wild that they kind of took the dungeon experience and broke it into bite-sized pieces, and like those are the shrines that you find everywhere, and it sort of reminds me of that. Oh, look at this frame rate. We got 4 frames a second, maybe? I don't know.
So you're like Trent running the Rubik's Cube that he lives in now?
Yeah, I've never understood the deal with Andross, but he's always a cube with his face on every side. And now he's a mask.
He's always a big head.
Yeah. We're gonna
So
shoot
it's
it
like,
in the eyes.
is the cube just like his brain? Is he just like a brain cube?
I've never figured it out. And every time we blow it up, like, he comes back, so obviously we're not killing him.
You're not solving the Rubik's Cube quickly enough.
Nope. And that's it.
Wow, okay. That looked like more sides than that cube should have had.
There were extra sides on the inside.
Okay, if you say so. I guess I'll buy it.
Alright, now we're having our Return of the Jedi moment. Flying out of the core while it's blowing up.
Oh no, the physics don't seem right on what your R-Wing just did there.
Bit of a mid-air tumble. It was a missed opportunity to have the Walker R-Wing run out of the base.
That would have been so good. Just run to the end and dive.
It could do a like a jumping at the end, like freeze frame jump. It jumps up and it just freeze frames. Roll the credits over that.
You just gotta believe and like murder everything. Oh, adios, ANDROSS.
It's a surprising amount of voice acting here at the end for a Super Nintendo game.
Yeah. So have you toyed around with any of the other characters? The different R-Wings and ships?
I have not. From what I understand, the R-Wings, the different designs have, I guess, different strengths. Like, some of them are faster, some of them I think are more resilient. I usually just stick with Fox. But depending on how you like to play, and I guess what difficulty mode you're going on, the other ones might suit you a little better. And again, like I said, you can switch between your pilot and your wingman. So you can take two different ones along and use them for whatever mission you do better with on. It's, I don't know, they gave you at least some options for customizing your play experience. I really like that. Like, I appreciate what they were doing there.
Sure, there are a lot of developers who are very happy that this finally saw the light of day.
Did you see they got together and like went out for a drink? The programmers, when they heard that this was getting released, they had like a release party kind of, quote unquote. I thought that was pretty funny.
The final crunch is over.
Right. But yeah, I can imagine if this game had come out and the N64 launched like right around the same time, people would have been like, "What is this? This is the N64 is so much better."
Look at all the polygons.
all the two of them.
Yeah.
I think if this had launched before that though, without the N64 looming over it, it would have probably done well. I enjoyed it now. I probably would have enjoyed it then.
So is the Mirage Dragon the only hunter?
I guess. I think
or
this
at
credit
least
sequence.
Or does this credit sequence only show things you've destroyed in
I don't know.
this playthrough?
I'll have to play it again to find out.
Yeah, it showed Wolf Team, but I feel like you only fought two of them?
Fought two wingmen and then Wolf, yeah, so I think there are 4 on that team. I missed one. So yeah. Alright, and as the giant polygons tell us, that's the end. There is one more screen to this. I'll hit start here. It's your overall score. So we take your base score, the carriers you took out, the planets you rescued, the overall time, and I get a ranking on that. And this game is not very forgiving with the ranking. I only get a C.
Wow. I felt like
I thought I did pretty well, yeah.
You saved the world so efficiently, but it's like, oh, you get a C.
Yep. Alright, John, well, thanks for joining me.
Thanks for showing me, Aaron.
Yep. And we'll see you later.
See ya.